True North Reviews, True North Reviews, True North Reviews.
Hey there, welcome to True North Reviews. My name is Ryan, and today we are discussing the OneRepublic record, Human. This is the latest full-length from Ryan Tedder and the boys of OneRepublic. Their previous record, Oh My My, although it has its fair share of miscues, there are a handful of bangers from that project that have aged pretty well. Human, the song, not the record, AI featuring Peter Gabriel, Kids, Let's Hurt Tonight, you name it. There's a good collection of pop hits on Oh My My, and it should come as no surprise. Ryan Tedder has been a fantastic frontman for this group, and he's been an incredible songwriter for pop music in general over the past 10 to 15 years. That's actually what makes this new record here a major disappointment in my opinion. Can't say I didn't see it coming though. My expectations were drastically lowered based on the rollout of this album. Very messy, very unfortunate as well due to numerous COVID delays. But I've said it before, and I'll say it again, you just can't spoil a record with a bunch of singles that add up to be a significant portion of it. I'd certainly like to think there is a sweet spot with the number of singles that are released prior to an album, but having 7 out of 14 songs released as singles here is just flat out inexcusable. Now, I do understand a lot of the reasoning behind this comes from the pandemic that has undoubtedly taken hold of our lives over the past year or so, but still, 2 singles were released long before that happened, and no matter how much a band wants to align their touring schedule with an album release, I just find it very frustrating when they shoehorn in a 2-plus-year-old single onto a project that doesn't seem to have much of an identity going for it to begin with. Like, are these singles that essential to the sound that you're going to be exploring on this record? In the case of OneRepublic, I would argue not at all. In fact, this record is a painful reminder of the trends that died out in the 2010s for good reason. Things get started with the opening cut, which is entitled Run, and it just overuses this whistle that has been outdated since the song Whistle by Flo Rida. The melody is derivative, annoying, and repetitive as much as you would expect. On the flip side, the instrumental on the track Distance is just about as nondescript and forgettable as most Kygo instrumentals go, and Kygo doesn't show up till later, so keep that in mind. Not only is the beat plainly vanilla, but the soaring vocal leads also don't do much to resonate with the listener, since the production is just devoid of personality and human qualities. Like, everything here is just overproduced over a grandiose chorus. Continuing with the subpar quality, the track Someday had greater potential with its acoustic guitar, easily reminiscent of OneRepublic's past work on Native, but take that record and then reduce it to its most uninteresting and dull moment. That's what Someday is. There's not a whole lot about this track that's redeemable. The songwriting on Someday is underwhelming, the production is bland, and the performances are painfully mediocre at best. Moving on from there, the track Didn't I is a minor improvement from a songwriting standpoint, at least for the earworm chorus. I can feel a need or desire to sing along, but the verses on this track just let it fall by the wayside in my opinion. Very formulaic and predictable for the form of the song, verse, chorus. It's very boring and tedious. That would also be the case for the next track, Rescue Me, except it's actually a great song all around in my opinion. It's one of the rare moments that OneRepublic have everything working for them and they seem to put it all together. There's a slick and groovy bass line, a catchy melody that isn't annoying like most others have been up until this point, and go figure, the oldest song on the record is actually the least objectionable. Unfortunately, OneRepublic are unable to maintain that positive, as the very next track, Savior, is easily one of the most uneventful songs on the record. The chorus is underbaked and underwritten. Come on, one word, a pun on Savior and Savia is not enough for a chorus. Just so unremarkable. As the record runs on, however, the songs only tend to become more distasteful. The track Forget About You is essentially taking a page out of the Adam Levine playbook, just overly pitchy vocals over a generic trap beat, and yes, a phoned-in vocal performance until the chorus, where it sounds like someone had to step on the toes of Ryan Tedder in order for him to hit those falsettos. Instead of him nailing the notes though, Ryan sounds like he's a chipmunk. Either that or he's inhaled a large amount of helium, whichever it is, It's not appealing in the slightest sense. Desperately trying to salvage something from this music. Somebody to Love is another one of those pre-release singles from way back in 2019. Really, no reason for it being here. I guess Ryan's vocals go over a little better than what they were on Forget About You, but the rest of the track just doesn't fit the vibe, the drums especially, which just loop endlessly on what would have sounded better for a trap song. And that's the biggest pitfall on this record, in my opinion. Mismatched vibes, and some terrible lyrics as well, none that get much worse than on the cut Wanted, which just goes on about wanting to be wanted in this petty, attention-seeking way. It just panders so hard to the most basic audience. To wrap up this review, though, I will make a couple notes on the digital deluxe version, which only gets a lower rating from me since the final 2 tracks are an acoustic version of Someday and Lose Somebody, which is actually a collaboration with Kygo. Look, these songs were never good to begin with. Someday only got worse. The acoustic rendition has the most rudimentary guitar playing I've heard in a while, and the only reason why I can think it's here along with the Kygo collaboration is to pad the number of OneRepublic streams. If you couldn't tell, I did not enjoy this record. First indication being the impersonal song titles, just so generic and unspecific with references to lovers and their quarrels. I couldn't care less. Second indication being the group's dedication to lowest common denominator ideas, the melodies, the plain and inoffensive production choices, but you know what? I am actually offended by this garbage. And to add insult to injury, OneRepublic, they are increasingly just becoming more like Maroon 5, a relic of another time in pop music. Which is a shame because Ryan Tedder and OneRepublic are great songwriters, and this is simply not their best. Plain and simple. It's sad, but I think I might need some different music to cleanse my memory of this. I'm feeling a 2 out of 10 on Human. And there you have it. There's the album review for today. Make sure you guys sound off down below in the comments. Tell me what you guys think of this music, whether you agree, disagree. I'm here to engage with you guys. If you'd like to leave a like, subscribe if you're new in town, I'd appreciate that as always. Thanks for watching, and have a rockin' day.